Hello, and a warm welcome to Geniuspire, the podcast where we decode life and help you design your future. My name is Malongo Muchalemba, and I'm here to empower 13 to 30-year-olds to take better control of their lives. Now, parents, relax. Taking control does not mean becoming a brat with a blatant disregard for authority. It means becoming more conscious of how you show up at whatever stage in your life. You won't always control your circumstances, but you can start controlling your mindset, your habits, and your choices step by step. Today, we're diving into something that does not get talked about enough at school, university, the workplace, or at home, but it should, and that's your values. Values are important because they signal what you stand for and what principles guide your decisions. Values also serve as your moral compass and define your sense of what is right and wrong. Most people never stop to think, what do I truly value? They borrow values from family, friends, religion, work, social media, without checking if those values actually align with who they are. When your life is aligned with your values, things feel clearer. You don't second guess your decisions as much. But when you live against your values, this causes stress, confusion, burnout, regret, and that's how people end up stuck in jobs they hate, friendships that drain them, or lifestyles that feel fake. The hardest thing is figuring out what your values are, so let's fix that. I'm going to run through a simple exercise of calling out 20 common values, and we'll give you some context for what each means. As I read them out, notice which ones make your heart beat faster or make you feel seen and write them down. This will help you create a short list of what your values could be, and you can refine them later in your own time. Are you ready? Here we go in alphabetical order. The first five values are achievement, adventure, ambition, authenticity, and community. So, number one, achievement. This is about reaching defined goals and excelling beyond expectations. It is also about hitting personal milestones and getting recognition for original work. The opposite of this is underperformance, complacency, or settling for mediocrity. Some careers for this value include consulting, sales, trading, the film industry, and fashion design. Number two is adventure. This is about exploring the unknown, typically through art, story, or travel. People who create new products or businesses are sometimes described as adventurous. And the opposite of this value is playing it safe by sticking to routine or creative confinement, or about having a genuine fear of exploration. Career-wise, this value shows up in startup founders, global business leaders, travel bloggers, and cultural curators. Number three is ambition, which is defined as having a strong desire to progress, lead, and achieve measurable results. It is about pushing the boundaries of what is possible in your field or form. The opposite is a lack of drive or complacency, playing it safe, or having self-limiting beliefs. Note the difference between ambition and achievement. Ambition is about having a desire or goal. Achievement is about realizing it. This is a common trait amongst entrepreneurs, investment bankers, game developers, and even scholarship recipients at high school or university. We will explore ambition in more detail in episode 4, knowing the difference between ambition and delulu. Number four is authenticity, which is about being honest and true to yourself and others. It is about expressing your original voice, your personal story, and vision without imitation. The opposite is pretending, exaggerating, or misrepresenting who you are or copying others. One of the biggest reasons scholarship applicants are not selected is because of a lack of authenticity. Career-wise, this value is seen in the likes of brand strategists, poets, photographers, storytellers, heritage artists, and curators. Number five is community, which is about creating a sense of belonging and shared purpose. It also means making space for collaboration, critique, and shared growth by recognizing that you are shaped by the people around you. The opposite of this is isolation, silent behavior, or toxic environments. Career-wise, this value is found in people who like to be community managers for places like Reddit, communication roles, festival organizers, and educators. The next five values are competition, courage, creativity, curiosity, and discipline. Number six is competition, and this is about striving to be the best by pushing yourself to stand out in your field. Competitive people like to win in life. The opposite is complacency, laziness, or an apathy about excellence. Career-wise, the people who exhibit this value are at the very top of their game, like hedge fund managers, top investment bankers, top musicians, and artists. Number 7 is courage, which means taking bold decisions, especially in uncertainty or resistance. It is about creating honest, vulnerable, or disruptive work regardless of judgment. As we've recently seen from Gen Z in Nepal, courage is about challenging the status quo in the pursuit of justice or truth. The opposite is fear-based inaction or conformity, or worse, silence in the face of wrongdoing. Now, examples of where this value is seen are leaders, whistleblowers, activists, journalists, civil rights lawyers. Number 8 is creativity, which means transforming ideas into compelling and original forms. It is about inventing solutions, campaigns, or products that add real value. The opposite is rigid thinking, plagiarism, generic work, or repetition without innovation, as we recently saw with Apple iPhone 17 launch. Examples of people who exhibit this value are product designers, UX leads, illustrators, choreographers, and remix artists. Number 9 is curiosity, which means an eagerness to explore ideas and new possibilities. It is about asking questions about the world beyond your experience. The opposite is apathy, routine, a fixed mindset, or cultural tunnel vision. Examples of where this value is seen are science fiction writers who are very good at seeing into the future, data scientists, market researchers, product developers, anthropologists, international correspondents, and youth ambassadors. Number 10 is discipline, which means consistent focus, structure, and self-control to meet long-term goals. It is about showing up every day and mastering habits that elevate you. This is a value that is in short supply among young people today. The opposite of this is procrastination, unreliability, disorder, irregular effort, or short-term thinking. Those who exhibit this value are most likely to be athletes, monks, pilots, engineers, authors, and podcast producers. The next 5 values are excellence, family, honesty, integrity, and justice. Number 11 is excellence, which means striving for outstanding quality and performance in all outcomes. It is about pursuing mastery while honoring traditions or roles by performing them well. This is a value I personally look for in new hires because it shows a willingness to go above and beyond. The opposite is mediocrity or tolerance of subpar work, sloppiness or creative complacency, or dishonor through poor execution and laziness. Career-wise, this value is seen in consultants, salespeople, architects, musicians, and even chefs. Number 12 is family, and this is a value for those who view blood ties, either real or implied, as being central to identity, community, and responsibility. The opposite is a neglect of personal relationships. So career-wise, you see this trait in HR managers, religious leaders, community healers, and even family-owned businesses. Number 13 is honesty, which means being truthful and transparent in all interactions. The opposite is deception or manipulation or gossip, doublespeak, and betrayal. Honesty is one of the most overused and misused values in the world. Careers where this value is most needed is investigative journalism, mediators, elders, local leaders, compliance officers, and ethics leaders. Number 14 is integrity, which is about doing the right thing even when no one is watching. It combines honesty, consistency, and accountability in words, actions, and decisions. It means acting ethically in all interactions, keeping promises, being transparent, and prioritizing long-term trust over short-term gain. In many cultures, integrity is tied to honor, reputation, and community trust. The opposite is dishonesty, opportunism, selling out, fake personas, shame, loss of face, and betrayal. Integrity should be a core value for everyone, and many companies used to throw it around without walking the talk. Enron, the giant company that collapsed in 2001 due to accounting fraud, had integrity as one of its core corporate values. Number 15 is justice, which means ensuring fairness, equity, and accountability in systems and decisions. The opposite is bias, favoritism, or injustice. Gen Zs are shaking down governments around the world mainly out of a deep sense of injustice. Now, this value is common in lawyers, judges, grassroots activists, community elders, and the press. And the last 5 values are loyalty, passion, responsibility, service, and teamwork. Number 16 is loyalty, which means a deep sense of commitment and allegiance to a company, team, or people, even during challenging times. The opposite is disloyalty, betrayal, or abandoning people or projects when things get tough. Career-wise, this value is common in family-owned businesses, long-serving employees in any organization, sports teams and their supporters, the armed forces, royal households, and bandmates. Number 17 is passion, which is defined as deep motivation and energy that drives purpose-driven work. It is fierce dedication to what you love, whether it is work, people, or places. The opposite is apathy or indifference, emotional numbness, or cultural detachment. This value is found in entrepreneurs, brand evangelists, mission-driven employees, poets, performers, traditional dancers, and local food artisans. Number 18 is responsibility, which means owning your actions and following through on commitments. It is about having a sense of duty to your family and community. The opposite is making excuses, blame shifting, or shameful behavior. Now, this value is found amongst parents, caretakers, firstborn, spiritual keepers, social media creators, and project managers. Number 18 is service, which means prioritizing the needs of others, such as customers, clients, communities, and the electorate. The opposite is self-serving behavior, disrespect, or dereliction of duty. This trait is commonly found in the hospitality sector, public service, non-governmental organizations, volunteers, and should be the number one value for all politicians. And number 20 in the last value is teamwork, which means collaborating towards shared goals by valuing diverse strengths. The opposite is siloed thinking or unhealthy competition, lone wolf mentality, or individualism. This trait is found in high collaboration settings such as consulting, music, where you've got band members, villages, family cooperatives, and other places. Now, I hope you found some examples that resonated with you. I'd encourage you to go online and find some other examples. That's the lesson for today. Now, before you go, as per last week, I have one more thing to share. So every week I'm going to recommend a book or movie that's relevant to the topic that we just discussed. And today I'm recommending watching The Lion King again. There are so many lessons about values in this timeless movie. I will share 3 examples to help you get going. So lesson number 1 is true leadership means taking responsibility even when it's hard. In the movie, Simba runs away after Mufasa's death, choosing a carefree Hakuna Matata life, but he eventually learns that he must return to face Scar and take his place as king. The value on display here was responsibility. We can't run away from who we are or the duties that come with it. Lesson number 2 is fear holds us back from living fully, but courage helps us face destiny. In the movie, Simba must confront his fear of failure and Scar's lies before reclaiming his throne. The value on display here is courage, which means doing what is right even when you're afraid. And the last example I was going to give is on our roots and families shape us, but we also have a duty to carry their legacy forward. In the film, Simba draws strength from Mufasa's memory by remember who you are, and finds purpose in restoring his father's kingdom. The value on display here is family and legacy by honoring where you come from and contributing to the greater good. So that's it. Thank you so much for watching episode 2. Feel free to drop comments here on YouTube and also please feel free to share a recap on TikTok, Instagram, or X using hashtag Geniuspire and tag us. Or you can email us at hello@geniuspire.com and I'll be happy to read comments next week. So next week we're talking about labels versus self-discovery. Labels start out as simple observations about us made by others, but sometimes they become a cage, trapping us in roles that may not necessarily reflect who we are. I can't wait to explore that in more detail. In the meantime, feel free to hit the subscribe button so you get notified when the next episode drops, and please feel free to share this episode with someone who needs it. So until the next time, thank you so much for joining, and see you again. Bye.